Hi everyone, I'm Nina Zanjuma, and yeah, just a little bit about me. Really excited to be here today, and it's going to be a bit of a whirlwind to get to know a bit about my career, and to get to know a bit about what I do day to day at TikTok. So a bit about me. I work in social, and yeah, just a few bits to get to know me a bit better. And it wouldn't be right if I didn't intro myself properly with a TikTok. So this is like a day in the life. Obviously chose the best day to record this TikTok, one of the first days back at the office, and we had a client dinner as well, so it was perfect.
How to work with me.
And you might not have caught that, but fun fact about our office is the meeting rooms. I was lucky enough to name all of them. So it was really good fun to do with my colleagues, and then finalize the meeting names. So just to get started, I think the biggest thing that I guess is a bit of a myth in the industry that, you've got to fit into a box, and that's a huge lie. It's so important to keep your difference, and that is something that I really learned throughout my career. And the beginning of my career was at the Girlhood, and this is what this background is. And as part of that, the Girlhood was a 5-week traineeship at a cool agency, which I'll show you a little bit more in the next slide. But it really, really changed my life, and it really gave me the opportunity to really think of myself as an individual. And I really learned through that process that when you're looking for a job, as much as you are being interviewed, you should also be interviewing, because you spend 80% of your time at work. And so because of that, you want to make sure that they are as much aligned with your values as, the other way around. So this is a little bit about the Girlhood.
The Girlhood is a social enterprise project that's focused on supporting a richer mix of talented young females into the creative industries. We partnered with FCB Inferno to deliver this 5-week creative traineeship pilot. We went through an interview process, and we end up with the 8 girls that you'll meet today.
Here at FCB Inferno, our creative philosophy is the world needs more interesting. And what that means internally for us is that we believe the more people we can bring with diverse backgrounds and experiences to the table, the more interesting our solution will be to our clients' problems. So this is the reason really that we partner with Girlhood, is to actually try and create something that will tackle the diversity problem in our industry and bring a more diverse set of really fantastic young female talent into our creative department.
Diversity in the creative departments is absolutely key. Everybody is talking about it right now. Very few people are doing it. So we knew we had to do something at scale and in a entirely different manner. And that's exactly what this Girlhood project is beginning to do.
Over a 5-week period, we took the girls on a roller coaster ride of industry experiences, from mentoring to the DNAD festival, and then we let them run with their own ideas.
So the Girlhood manifesto is behind us. It was taking charge, making change, creating culture. We're going to change it to take charge, make change, create culture, because it's actions and the things that we're actively doing.
I think when we first learned about the creative process, the full step process, I was beaming in my face, telling everyone how excited I was about it, because I felt like it was such a gem. It helps you cover every aspect of an idea and helps you think further than just that first thought that pops into your head, and it really expands an idea. So I think it's literally life-changing.
I'd say just forget everything that you think you know already. All the ideas that you think are just perfect, like just let them go and just like be willing to learn and just start from the beginning, because when you just let go of all those things, like amazing things can happen at the end.
I love words. I love how you can play with them. I love the copy. You know, how many words do they go through to get to these final words that made it to the print ad? So I'm very interested in that whole process.
I just want to stir something. I want to make a difference. I want to change something. I want there to feel as if we're finally moving on.
We all come from different backgrounds, but for me personally, I've just felt so like boxed in creatively, and coming to this environment where you're allowed to express yourself has been amazing. So after the Girlhood, like I definitely see myself being like super successful.
The experience has been absolutely amazing. You need to get into it to understand how amazing it is and how easy it is for yourself and your personality to go really well with the advertising industry.
I just think this traineeship has kind of like put a really great fire underneath me to keep going and just to be brave and be a bit more experimental.
The Girlhood traineeship is absolutely amazing. I think what they're doing now is exactly what the industry needs. You need to have diversity in the industry, and that doesn't just start with race, doesn't just start with gender, it starts with so many different other aspects. We're all different on this traineeship, and we all have different things that we can contribute. And that's something that we've learned over the last 5 weeks, that we are amazing people.
We've been completely bowled over by the quality of the work the girls have produced. We've taken 3 girls on, and I think the entire initiative proves that the advertising industry needs more interest.
So that was a little bit about how I started off in the industry, and I think a really important part that I hope stands out to everyone is the importance of diversity. And I know we have those buzzwords of D&I, and everyone is trying to make changes, but it's about one step. And that means, inviting different types of people into the conversation, challenging your colleagues when the time is right, and also when the time feels a bit uncomfortable. And I think that's where we start to see a bit of a change, when we start having a bit of, difficult conversations. And so my journey has been a bit all over the place, and it spanned over 5 years, which is insane because I thought I'd have it all figured out as soon as I finished university. And so before I graduated, I was lucky enough to secure that traineeship over the summer period, and off the back of that went over to Liberty, then Jack Morton, and We Are Social. So that was over a 3-year period, and then for some crazy reason I packed up my bags and was like, I really enjoy social, but I want to see what it looks like in a different part of the world. And I traveled to New York quite a bit with my family growing up, and there was a trip that I went on, and sitting in the hotel room and turned on the TV, and I saw an ad that absolutely shocked me. It was a Ford ad, and it was a Black family. And I guess this was the first time that I'd seen somebody or a family that represented my family on this big screen. And I thought, if they're doing it like this in North America, there's definitely got to be a lot to learn. Unfortunately, Trump became president. And aside from my personal feelings about Donald Trump, that also meant that it was impossible for me to go over there to work. So I thought, okay, what can I do? Where's close to New York and English speaking? So I chose Toronto. Other cities obviously speak different languages in Canada. And so I explored luxury, and then I explored nonprofit, and I thought about, what does that actually look like in terms of social impact? How can I impact social, and also think about what social actually means from an individual perspective, and if budget actually does make a difference. And then, so that was over a 1-year period. I was lucky enough to work for 3 incredible brands. And then I came back to London right in time before COVID hit, and had some time at ASOS, and then finally here at TikTok, which has been a whirlwind 1.5 years. So you can see that my timeframes have been a bit all over the place. So I guess you're all thinking, great, this is great, but what does this all mean? And it's just to say that it took me 5 years exactly to find my voice, to trust myself, and to align my purpose and my passions with my career. But thank God I did it. And, you know, all great, cool, but what does this mean for you watching? And I think it means that you just chill out. Take a second. You have nothing to prove to anyone. Take your time and figure out your why, no one else's. And I think that makes such a huge impact on which roles you accept in your career and where you want to be. And so the more passionate you are about your role, the more you give it, and people see that. And so any of my colleagues are watching and probably sick and tired of me talking about empathy, but it makes such a huge impact in how you do your job. And the support of your team makes you want to do your job to the best of your abilities. So just got a few words from Dan, who's on my team, who's absolutely incredible. But from a leadership perspective, I've always said that anyone can be a leader. And so these are a few words from him. I try to get 20 seconds, but we'll see. Let's have a look at what he says.
So empathy and leadership in less than 20 seconds, tough brief, Nina. But I think for me, empathy and leadership is about creating a place where people feel free to be human. It's about smiling when someone's kids are going wild on a Zoom. It's asking the right and not the wrong questions when somebody's going through something. And it's just having a deep appreciation and understanding that you are not your team. And, you know, everybody has a unique circumstance and experience, and just being open-minded to understand and learn.
So that's perfect words from him. And I was actually watching Justin Bieber last weekend on Amazon Prime. Don't ask me why, but loved him from childhood, and it's continued into my adult life. But he mentioned what leadership meant to him, and it was based on a quote from Craig Rochelle. And it's about harnessing human energy to make effective change. And in essence, that's what we're all trying to do. And it doesn't mean you don't have to have, you know, a bunch of people that you manage, or you know, have a massive amount of responsibility to be a leader. It starts with you, and it starts with your immediate team. So if there is anything that you can do from today, is how can you balance the energy of your team to make effective change? And you know your team, which means that you know kind of, you know, which people need certain things, and how can you balance that out? So a bit more about my role. The two big words are real and daring. And I've been able to work on such incredible things. And in a world where everything is polished and pitch perfect, TikTok is allowing others to show their real self with all of their insecurities, be their authentic self, and embrace all of their flaws while finding a community that does the same. And just to be daring, we want to encourage people to explore outside of their norm, and to challenge all of those things, and to open up to the unexpected. We just want everyone to try new things. And so these are the type of things that I get to work on, which has been so exciting. And just about being real, one of the first piece that I'll share with you all is conversations with your younger self. And we know how many conversations we've had in our heads about our moving into adulthood and all the things that we want. So it's really amazing to see this trend on the platform, and to see how many different ways people took it. And then I guess these two are really specific, but I'm a big Love Island fan, and hopefully some of you are as well. But we were able to share content during Love Island. There was so much fun on the platform, seeing people's reactions after every episode. But when the final was coming, we were like, we've got to share this moment with our community. It's important to them, and it's important to us. So how can we make sure that they feel seen? And this is how we did it.
What, you coupled up with that girl and now you fancy the other girl? joking.
Where are they finding these people?
I mean, we all saw that coming.
Damn near fell off the chair.
Cry, 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 cry. Get back with them a week later. I think I might actually need to check myself into A&E.
And then finally, and more recently, we have been working on Black History Month. And as part of that campaign, we have had billboards all around the UK to celebrate some of our most incredible creators. And it's just a snippet of, you know, some of the talented people we have on the platform. And so this is the reaction of some of them seeing themselves around London.
Oh my days. Oh my gosh.
That feels so amazing.
I actually can't believe it. From the iPhone screen to the big screen. This is such an amazing moment.
I know it's like a proper cliche, but it all started from one TikTok. I went to sleep at like 10 views. I woke up and it had like 200,000 views.
Being on TikTok has been freaking magical. Like, it's so wild because like I just downloaded it over lockdown.
To your mum, I wanted to show to you. This is Black and this is everything.
So a closer look at my day-to-day, it's safe to say that my job is probably one of the best jobs in the world, and that's down to having such an incredible team who are so supportive, but also really, really understand the brand and understand that we aren't just talking to consumers, but we're talking to real life people, and these people are excited about things. And so that means when things happen on the platform, they kind of happen for us as well. So I'm sure everyone has been listening to the Somali auntie whose song has gone viral on TikTok, and then we thought, okay, it's a great opportunity for us to share this on our platform. And the best way that we thought to do it was through this static image. Off the back of that, you know, we'd been seeing that photo dump was becoming a really big thing off platform. And so for us, what we want to do is we want people to join TikTok, but we leverage other platforms. So that means how can we give people a little snippet of what's happening on TikTok and get them on the platform? And so we started TikTok Dump, which weekly we share some of the wildest, craziest, funniest, weirdest TikToks. And then you can swipe through and have a look. And then these are more cultural and down to the season. This was for Libra season, and we thought, right, let's engage with our community that love astrology and poke fun and be part of the joke. And instead of, you know, sometimes we don't want to make our community a butt of the joke, but we want to have a laugh with them. And this was the best way for us to do that. So now just looking at how social has changed, it's about people. I think that's the key to how social has changed over the course of my career. And so community management is such a massive part of social, but it isn't the only focus. So how do we think about social being communicating with our community, and how do we make them the spotlight of all the things that we're sharing? And so that's engaging with them. And so we see from this example on the left that Netflix has done a great job at, you know, engaging with their community and having a back and forth. But then we were thinking, let's take that one step further. And so we take the comments from TikToks and see that, you know, people just want to celebrate you. And that's what TikTok is about. We celebrate our community and we celebrate our creators. And whether that be one video with 100 views or 20 videos with 3 million views, we just want to celebrate them all. And we see within the comment sections how much of a community all of our creators create. And these, I guess, are some of my best bits.
Feel the rain on your skin. Hello, I'm Natasha Bedingfield, and I'm the singer of the song Unwritten. I just woke up one morning to find that somebody had done a new mix of my song. So all my friends were like texting me and saying, hey, have you seen this? I love the dance that Ronnie Boy did. I asked Ronnie, what are all these movements? And he had explanations for what all the movements are. Hey. Something like that, like bringing in the light. No one else can steal you.
So that one in particular actually was done by a US team, and I just love the fact that they saw what was happening in app and wanted to pay homage to the the songwriter herself, and that was awesome. Looking back on where we first met, I cannot escape and I cannot forget. Something you're the one, you still turn me on. Football's coming home again. We didn't actually bring it home, but working on the Euros with my team was an incredible experience. And I think for someone that isn't crazy about football, being so immersed in the experience, you are only forced to become crazy about football. And it was a super, super crazy, intense month, but it was so worth it and definitely something I'd love to be part of again. And then finally, this is our most recent trend on the platform, and CK, the success of the song on the platform just totally blew up, and we wanted to acknowledge that.
Hi there, I'm CK, and my song Love Quantity is blowing up on TikTok. I started sharing music on TikTok 2 years ago. People were vibing to it from day one. It led to this cool dance, and my music was being used outside Nigeria. Love Quantity is on over 4 million views. The song would not go viral if all of you guys did not make videos with it. I'm going to be live on TikTok 7th October. Hope to see you there.
And then some of the content that I really enjoy on the platform, super, super wild range, but this is just a few of them.
Do you tell your male friends that you love them?
Yeah, I do.
Would you be willing to call one of them up right now and tell them it live on our show?
Of course. Josh.
Hey, AJ.
What you saying, bro?
How are you?
I'm good, man. Just calling to tell you I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. Thank you for the call.
No problem, man. That's it. I'm gonna hit you up later properly.
Okay.
Alright, bless.
Right, we love that, man. Brotherly love right there.
Why are you paying for limited messages and calls if no one talks to you? How many messages did you wake up to today? Who's hitting you up right now? Or in the last hour, how many people have hit you up? Like, you don't need to pay for that. You're just wasting money.
TikTok made me buy these, and this is how it turned out. These are battery-operated motion-detecting lights. I've popped mine on the stairs so they only work at night time. So every time you walk up, the lights will turn on, and after 15 seconds, they turn off. I'm never running up the stairs in the dark ever again. What do you think? Follow along for more.
It's very lukewarm. How did I meet my husband? That's an incredible question, and I would love to tell you. But first and foremost, he is not the taco guy. You have to stop asking that. It's literally the first thing I say in that video. I can't have you thinking I married the man that made me buy 100 tacos and take me to his studio. It's a really bad look for me. Okay, back to the story. How did I meet my husband? At a meat counter in a grocery store in Australia. I know that's what you were thinking, and you were absolutely right.
And then just a few trends that have been taken off. Music, fashion, and no sound have existed on the platform for a very long time, but the new wave of interpreting content has been so incredible, and so this is some of it.
أنا love you more than my life أنا أحبك يا حبيبي نقبل دعمي مسانا ووجدت ذا عاشقيها أكسونا وينا وكتش علي أنا
And finally, if you are thinking about exploring TikTok, my top 3 tips would be to forget perfection and just start posting. Focus on yourself and remember that you have no competition, and tell real stories. No matter your niche, just be authentic. People want to see the real you. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please head over to the TikTok section and they'll be able to answer any questions and get them back to me. Thank you.
Against Phelan. It's Saha. Magnificent.
Are missing. We are missing from so many rooms, classrooms, boardrooms, everything in between. But we are here. We are programmers and coders, animators and analysts, engineers and entrepreneurs, designers, builders, creators, the bringers of change. We are here. We are here leading. We are here innovating. We are here working for our vision of better companies, communities, and countries. We are here. We have always been here. Our stories, our voices, our ideas have always mattered, more than mattered. And we won't stop asking more of the spaces that need to make space for more like us. All of us, all different types of us.